dahil ang bilis mong kinikita yung pera, ang bilis mo rin gagastusin kasi inisip mo, ay sa isang araw kinita ko yung 100,000. Di pwede ko na rin gastusin yun ng ganun kabilis. But I think what we fail to realize is that, again, my husband would always tell me this, and because he's not artista, I always listen to him. He's very simple eh. Hindi lahat ng ito, ng nakikita mong magara ay forever nandito. So kung ano yung makuha natin, gawin natin yung best natin para mapalaki yun, or at least to hang on to it in a good way. So nung mga time na yon, I think one of the lessons I learned early on ay kung hindi mo afford, wag mong bilhin.
Responsable ka at nagsimula lahat ito because of your childhood.
Yes,
Ikwento
oo.
mo ang buhay ni Dimples bago naging artista.
I was born into a family that was very simple. Ang nanay ko po, bumibili kami ng mga tsinelas, mga decor sa bahay, sa Divisoria, Tabora, sa Quiapo at sa Baclaran. Tapos binibenta ng nanay ko yun. So basically, pag tinatanong ako, anong trabaho ng mami mo? Nagbabuy and sell kami. We buy from Divisoria and then we sell it in the village. Pero ganun yung nanay ko, madiskarte siya. While my papa was a postmaster, no, in the PhilPost, no. What's nice about my papa and my mama they were a good match in the sense that my mama was very ambitious and she was very madiskarte, but my papa was the one who always grounds my mama and says, simple lang tayo. But my papa also did not fail to give me advice na, alam mo, ang pinakalibre na masarap sa buhay ay ang pangarap. Ngayon, ang tawag na nila, manifest. Nung time na yon, pangarap yung pagkakasabi ng tatay ko, hindi pa uso yung word na manifest. So I always remember, if I don't want to do it for myself, I would want to do more for my family. And we hardly had anything. In fact, wala pa nga akong black na sapatos eh. Yung rubber shoes na pinaglumaan, yun ang meron ako. So, lagi akong binubully kasi iba itsura ko. May sister pa ako had leukemia at that time. So, yung tatay ko, pumipila siya sa PCSO para humingi ng tulong. Doon ko nalaman the value of humility, to ask for help. Na pag humingi ka ng tulong, wag mong abusahin yung mga taong nagbibigay sa'yo. Kasi pag ang tao nagbigay sa'yo, they're taking it from their own.
Artista ka na nun when your dad passed away, but you became more of a breadwinner.
Oh yeah, even more. Because then I realized, hindi pa pala ako pwedeng magtapos muna ng college kasi may dalawa pa akong kapatid. Parang bigla akong na-realize na, naku, sa pagkawala pala ni Papa. Kasi tumutulong naman na po ako sa pagkawala ni Pebbles. Pero nung nawala si Papa, doon ko naisip, ay, ako pa man din yung ate. Pag panganay ka, parang matik, diba? Na parang you have to help. And it was not, parang difficult to accept. Boyet and I really started from zero.
You got married at 20. Ang
At
bata,
19.
19.
Yes, at 19.
Tapos 3 na ang anak mo ngayon.
Opo, hindi ko rin naisip na lumipas yung panahon, nanganak ako ng 3. Kasi ang inisip ko lang talaga, punta ko sa Baclaran noon when I was 19 and I said, Lord, kapag nag-asawa kami ni Boyet, baka pwede na kahit isang baby lang. Gusto ko lang naman masubukan magkaanak. Kasi nga, namatay yung kapatid ko, 9 years old siya. Namatay si Papa, 40 years old siya. So lagi kong inisip, baka kunin mo rin akong maaga, patry mo naman sa akin magkapamilya. Yun naman yung dasal ko lang. Pero syempre, being married at 19, it's not something that you encourage, especially the younger people now to get into because times have changed. So much harder to raise a family and even stay in a marriage, no?
Ang panganay mo, si Callie, is a pilot.
Yes
A
po.
licensed pilot.
Licensed pilot.
You must be so proud.
I'm so proud and also very, very happy. What makes me happier is not the fact that she has become a pilot, but because she is doing this at a very young age and that she's happy. Boyet and I had a pact nung mga bata pa lang kaming nagsisimula ng marriage na to at ang sabi talaga namin sa isa't isa, ang dapat goal natin ay happy children, not successful children.